Hello, this is AnlineOffline. Welcome back to another Casual's Quick Guide to Call of Duty Mobile. For today's video, we'll be covering the M4 again. Available as the tutorial weapon, the M4 is a fully automatic assault rifle that has appeared numerous times in the COD franchise. Mobile's incarnation is specifically based on the lvoa-c, which was manufactured by Warsports Industries before being bought by Zero Delta in 2018. The special purpose individual weapon was a set of programs that sought to improve hit probability with lighter cartridges. Salvo's ideas were experimental. Ultimately, the less radical AR-15 and its intermediate cartridge triumphed, and with Project Niblick, you could mount an underbarrel grenade launcher on it. The M16 was universally disliked when it was first adapted, but later models resolved those issues. For the next 60 years, there have been multiple attempts to replace it. The Advanced Combat Rifle program picked up where SALVO left off. Both Steyr and AAI developed select-fire flechette rifles which were inconsistent and inaccurate, unless you planned on using them underwater like the Soviets did. Colt attempted a duplex design, which was also inaccurate. Only the G11 by Heckler & Koch outperformed the M16, but not enough so to warrant replacement. It would have been much cheaper to give the M16 optics instead, and the G11 would ultimately be scrapped when Germany was made whole again. Around this time, the US military requested Colt to produce a new carbine version of the M16A2, similar to the Canadian C7 and the CAR-15. Earlier models were used in Vietnam, but US intervention in Panama and Somalia accelerated the demand for a shorter AR. And so, the M4 carbine was first deployed in Kosovo. Originally supposed to replace SMGs, the M4's usage has expanded far beyond what it was originally intended for. By the 2010s, it has replaced the bigger M16 as America's primary weapon. But no rifle is perfect, and as of 2022, the M4 is en route to being replaced by the SIG MCX as America's XM5. Base damage per shot is moderate, killing in 4 shots at first, and then dropping to 5 and 6 from farther away. Its fire rate is modest at 682 rounds per minute. This gives you a relatively average time to kill at all ranges. Its initial range, though, is somewhat short, but you can extend it with its body multipliers. Headshots deal 40% extra damage, and it is possible to achieve a 3-shot kill if you land all headshots. Otherwise, just one is useful in its second and final range. The arms and chest deals 10% more damage, which is also useful. As for bloom, the M4 is slightly better than average. Hipfire performance is average. The iron sights are different from its other incarnations, as it lacks the ringed rear sight, but it's still very much usable. Initial recoil is very light, but does slightly kick to the right 15 bullets in. And like most of the other ARs, flinch is not an issue. In terms of movement speeds, the M4 is slower than average for the AR class. Luckily, its ADS time is the second fastest for an AR, tied with the BK-57. The base magazine size is 30 rounds and can be extended to 40 and 50. And lastly, the M4 has one of the best reload cancels in the game, because not only do you not have to fully insert the mag, but proportionally, it cuts your reload time in half. For much of this game's lifecycle, the M4 was a lower tier weapon in multiplayer. Yes, it was easy to use, and because of its modularity in real life, it has more attachment variety than any other weapon that also has access to Infinity Ward's 2019 Gunsmith. But that didn't matter for 2.5 years, for it lacked the ability to 4-shot consistently. Throughout 2022, it received a series of buffs to its body multipliers, bloom, and range. Nowadays, I'd say it's pretty good, but not meta. Has everything it can do, the Kilo 141 can do better. It's still a solid casual weapon, although I have heard that the M4 is very good in Battle Royale because of how strong the aim assist is on it. But back to multiplayer. What kind of buffs does it deserve? I would boost its movement speed to be on par with the Peacekeeper, or even further to match the BK-57 or ASVAL. It's an M4 carbine, it's lighter and shorter than the M16, and yet it's slower than that. Another thing is that a lot of people want the classic M4A1 that shoots very fast. The game and this M4 has been out for 3 years, so it might be too late to change that. But you could still achieve that if it were to be rechambered for a pistol cartridge. Say 9mm like in 2019, or 5.7 like the FSS Hurricane in the new Modern Warfare 2. We could include a DMR conversion with 458 SOCOM, but we'll cover that when we get to the M4 LMG. Hey, that's just my opinion. This has been a casual quick guide. Feel free to suggest what weapons you want to see covered next. My name is On, and I'm off.